Hello, everyone. Welcome to Empowering Women in Chiropractic. My name is Dr. Natalie Beauchamp. I will be your host for today's show. And what I'd like to do today is talk about what we can do in our practice to help our patient lead a healthier lifestyle. But before we get started with the slide, I really would like to say a huge thank you for ChiroSecure, to ChiroSecure to put on those amazing resources for us practitioners so we can stay connected. So let's get started because I think it's so relevant right now to help our patients when they're not in our office and to help them. So let's start here. So what I want to cover is how we can leverage online education to keep existing patients engaged and also attract new ones that are in our community that may need our services. And I'm all about repurposing what I do and leverage what I do so I can use it in multiple places. I'm going to show you what I've done and also how all of this really is helping promote supplements in clinic, but also online. So let's start with the first segment here about education. So I think a lot of stuff has changed when it comes to practice, but there's one thing that we can't stop doing, and that's educating our patient. And by doing so, this is how we can help them, but this is also how we can help grow our practice. So one of the tools that I've used in the past year extensively are webinars. And one of the reasons, there are many reasons why I love webinars. One of the reasons is that speaking right now in live events and so forth is very limited depending on where you're practicing. So where else are you going to share your message? And it's also a great tool to educate the patient on things that they want to hear about, and also sneak in the chiropractic message and the lifestyle. And you'll understand what I mean by things they want to know about, stress and weight loss and detox. Those topics are trendy. This is what they hear all the time. It also helps, build trust. I know after I do a webinar, patients are coming in the office to get adjusted and they're all excited to tell me what they've learned and, whatever situation is happening in their life. So there's really, it's really a good way for them to share information with you and build that trust. And when people are not patient, well, after an hour of hearing you, they now feel like they can trust you and that they know you. So they're probably more inclined to visit your office. It also allows us to leverage our time. As I said, I'll show you how I'm repurposing that in my practice. And it keeps it keeps us excited and our patient also more engaged. So I know when I'm about to have a webinar the next, week, perhaps I'll talk about it and then I'll talk about it after. So it allows me to stay focused as well. So one of the things that I did is I did a survey and asked my patient what topics they wanted. So I'd put some fancy titles, and I'm not sure if they're big enough for you to see them, but work ergonomics, how to set up their workstation, detox and weight loss, and I even had tossed in genetics in there and longevity, just to get a feel of what people wanted the webinars to be about. And I was a little bit surprised with the answer, but I went with what my patient wanted, because most likely if a large amount of people are interested in the topic, the rest of the patients are going to be interested as well. So there are a few elements that I really look at when I do a webinar. First of all, the topic, it's crucial that it's something that's relevant. I hate to say it, but just do it, with the name of chiropractic in there, because it may not entice the patients to sign up for it. And I think it needs to solve a problem. And it can be pain, or it can be something that's chiropractic focused. But I think the title and the objective and, problem solution has to be quite clear. Be clear also with the objective of what they're going to learn. I always like to have like 3 bullets max to say, here's what the problem is. Here's me telling you, teaching about the concept or the issue, and then giving them solutions. So I always have anywhere from 5 to sometimes 10 solutions that they can implement. So that's kind of the flow of the content. And then I most of the time we'll have a call to action, and it may differ for you if it's, call our office to make an appointment, or if you have different tools to share. For me, I have several health application that I can give to patient, and I'll talk about that, but that's my call to action for them, to give them the resources specifically of the topic that I talked about, but also to give them the tools that they need to, for instance, for this program, it was a anti-inflammation program, so called inflammation reducer program. So obviously focus on that goal. Now, when it comes to the technology, I want to cover just a few basic stuff that are available. And also tools to make your presentation more prettier and more engaging, and how you can go about promoting to your patients and outside of the office. So from a technical point of view, webinar platform that a webinar platform that I really like is Webinar Jam. And the reason I like Webinar Jam more than any others is that everything is automated. So, you have the scheduling, the registration link, the sign up page, the thank you page, the green room page, and you can all customize to you. The email reminders are sync. You can even have text reminder as well. So I just really love that system, just because it's got everything, and it's not too pricey, especially if you're going to do webinar on a regular basis. I personally do a webinar at least every month and a half at the most, and I pick different topics for patients. Another way of doing it could be with Zoom. It's not obviously as robust in terms of the front end and the back end, but if budget is limited, Zoom is quite affordable to do the webinars. Another tool that I really like, especially when you do many presentation, and it's called Beautiful AI, and it's very inexpensive, and it allows you to have all your presentation under one roof. So this way, if you're picking up a slide from a previous presentation, it just makes things so much easier. And they have amazing template, because let's face it, I don't know about the people listening, but I'm not very artistic, or I shouldn't say not creative, but I'm not the best at drawing and making fancy design. So with this, it can really make you look sharp with the technology and the templates that they have. Another tool that is also very inexpensive, I think the free version does quite a bit, is Canva, where you can get your graphics that you're going to need, not just for your presentation, but also for the promotion. So quite easy to do that. And then lastly, how to promote and get attendees. This is just a screenshot of my email platform. I do use Infusionsoft, but there's multitude of different emailing platform. So that was me sending an email to my patient, letting them know about the upcoming webinar on stress, for them to sign up. And one of the things that I do them at lunchtime. First reason is that my energy is just so much better in the day. If I do it late in the evening, I just find that, my energy is not as good. So I do it at lunchtime, and I tell patients or people signing up that if they can't make the time, they will have access to the replay. And that's the beautiful thing as well with Webinar Jam, is that you don't even have to do it. They're going to be sent the link for the replay. And I give them 7 days to watch it. So they just, they create a little bit of a sense of urgency that they won't have access to it all the time. So I literally put that in the email. Hey, if you have a work meeting, you can't attend, make sure you register, because you're going to be sent the link for the webinar. And then we promote on our clinic channel in terms of social media. I don't even do Facebook ads that much as promoting or boosting a post. And just with that, it can create quite a bit of interest. You could also pair up with other businesses that maybe are collaborative, but they're different, and you can offer that. And I know from doing this, and my patients know that I also offer webinars for the workplace. So when they really like a presentation, oftentimes I've been asked to do workplace webinar, which is awesome because it just allows you to reach a bigger audience. So some stats to expect. If you're doing it to your audience, the sign up or the conversion to be on the webinar is going to be higher. If it's, Facebook ads or Instagram posts, then, don't expect the number to be as high. In terms of show up rate, again, if it's a warmer audience, 30% are most likely to show up. I know myself, I've often signed up for webinars knowing that I was not going to be able to attend, but knowing and hoping that I would get the recording. So don't get discouraged if you had, 300 people signing up and only 80 or 70 showed up. It's actually, these are pretty good numbers. In terms of whatever you might be selling or your offer, again, this is basically being done for educational purpose, but if you want to tag on a special offer for your patient at either online or in the clinic, this is where you could do it. And also in the follow-up for that as well. Now, those are some stats, and I'm just showing you that, just something to aspire to. That was my last webinar. So I had over 1,000 people signing up, and that was the one on inflammation. So it really told me that that was a hot topic, no pun intended, for people. So I talked about pain, fatigue, and also brain fog. So really try to have a broad view of inflammation. Now, let's talk about repurposing. So prepare the presentation, do your webinar, depending on the platform that you have. Even if it's Zoom, you can send the replay link and so forth. But now what? So I really try to pick topics that are relevant and then I can reuse. So this is a screenshot of my landing page. So that was the stress decoded webinar that I did. So at the top of the page, there's the replay link. So now if I have a patient, a newer patient that was not a practice member at the time that I did the presentation, I can now send this information to them and they can watch the webinar and then take action because the stress program is right underneath. So what I've done is, created that landing page, put the video, and then I'll show you in a bit how I created what I call one-pagers that I can physically give to a patient and they can go and do that. So this is a busy screen and I just put it out there because I've done 6 programs like that. One of them is more of a maintenance kind of program. So I literally have copies in the office of those in order, so I can quickly grab if somebody has a question that they want to do a detox, they want to focus on weight loss, or one of them was body defense, so obviously keeping a strong immune system. So I have this, it's just a matter of me grabbing it, and at the bottom there's a URL where the patient can go. They can watch the webinar, and then if they're interested in downloading the information, they can do so. Some of my programs are completely free for patients. Some of them I've done some paid program as well at a lower fee. I've tried many different ways depending on what it is. And lastly here, the last point is to be able to promote in clinic and online. One of the things that I think as chiropractor, we want to focus on adjustments, and we don't have time to answer questions. So me giving them that one pager and for them to go home, watch the webinar, and then I do talk about the proper supplementation for their specific need and issue, then the education is done and I'm not even there. But the point being that oftentimes patients either have questions or they're not taking good quality supplements. And I know all of us have been asked, what about this brand? What about this brand? And I always say, well, I can't speak for those brands because I don't know them much, but whatever brand you may carry in your office, it just makes the shopping experience for them next time they come in, they know exactly what they need. You just told them, it was explained. So it makes it quick. It doesn't take my time. It doesn't take my staff time to be able to do that. So just a quick screen shot here of the supplements, some of the supplements we're selling, and we're trying to get things organized by topic. And then when it comes to online through the application, that's the cool part. And I know there's different health applications out there. There's different companies of supplements. So I'm not, suggesting necessarily one more than the other, but this is the application that I myself I'm using. And what's really cool is that I'm not a big fan of cooking and recipes and all of that. So it's just not my jam. I don't get excited about it. So, but I know patients need it. So having an application that the meal plan has been, designed by nutritionists and just specifically either for inflammation or weight loss or detox, I feel good that they're going to get good information. It gives them recipes and shopping lists and all of that good stuff. It gives them also the supplements that I recommend when they want to focus on that aspect. And on top of that, in the document section, I was able to insert a 7-day body weight workout that I designed, because right now a lot of people may not have access to gyms or equipment, or any regular day. Sometimes people give themselves excuses. So I always say, do you own a floor? And they always say yes. Well, then you can do those body weight exercise. And I kept them short, 10 to 15 minutes. And again, it's me doing it. So again, that trust again comes in. And then lastly, you can also leverage video. And for me, I recorded some breath work, guided / meditation breathing exercise. So I know that when a patient downloads any of those health application that I have, because I have different topics, I know that they have everything in their hands outside of the office to be successful, because we're going to look at their workout, their breath work, their supplementation, and their food. Now, that they do it or not is a different story, but I really feel like this way it really allows me to support my patients. And lastly, here is a picture. We did a patient appreciation day. I believe it was at the beginning of December last year. And I had laid out the 5 programs, showing them the supplements, just letting people know that they had this accessible to them, for them to be supported outside of the office. Because there's so much we can teach our patient in a short amount of time, and oftentimes they don't know where to look for those resources. So if we can have something that for us, we create once, and then we can leverage time and time again, that if a practice member joins, the office months after I did my webinar, they can still have access to it. So this is, for me, this has been a great way for me to keep connecting with my patient, keeping them engaged, and helping them focus on their health, because now more than ever, people need to focus on their health. So if we can do things outside of the office that doesn't require time, I think it is very important. And this is a picture of me adjusting, and just here's table talk, hashtag table talk, because for me, I need something to work towards. I love to create, so I love reading books and creating talks, and deciphering the information and simplifying the information for a patient to be able to understand. Because when we're in full-time practice, I think we really get a good sense of the pulse of what people are having issues with. So for me, it keeps me engaged, it keeps me excited, and gives me something to talk about with my patient. So here you have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas. And I know, some chiropractors don't carry supplements at all, and that's fine. Maybe you want to consider having something that's completely offline, so you don't have to keep inventory. But like I said, for me, what it does is it doesn't require my time. I don't have to explain things, and the patients know exactly what they need to take if they want to support. So I've also created one of the programs to be more of a maintenance program, so teaching patient the foundational 4 or 5 supplements that I believe everyone should take. So hopefully it gave you some ideas of things that you can do in your office. I think webinars are a brilliant way to go deeper on a topic, and also to reach outside of your office as well, because oftentimes the people listening to your webinars work in different area, and they would love for you to come and speak to their group. So again, thank you so much to ChiroSecure. Next show, Dr. Nicole Lindsay is going to share with us some amazing insight, I am sure. So stay well. My name is Dr. Natalie Beauchamp, and until next time, we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. We hope you enjoyed this week's Facebook Live event. Please like us on Facebook, comment, and share. We look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Now, go ahead and hit the share button and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. This has been a ChiroSecure production.